Hi guys, so I'm here to talk to you about sensory needs and toothpaste today. If you're new to our channel, my daughter Sasha, who has special needs, has a lot of sensory issues, whether it's due to touch, texture, taste, foods, the way clothing feels on her hair still. We are still learning the process of what works for her and what doesn't work for her. We have really good days with the sensory processing disorder. We have really bad days, such as this morning, where she refused for about 15 minutes until I talked her out of it to let me brush her hair. We got a little bit of snow last night, so the wet snow on her handicap railing I had to completely wipe it down before she would touch it this morning. We have really good days of she'll give things a try, food even and lunch. We have really bad days where I call it the red zone of our sensory level, that she just won't give anything a new try. And today we seem to be having kind of a medium grade day where she's going to give things a try, but there's still a lot of issues there with everyday tasks to get done. She tore her socks off and she told me that they had strings in them. In fact, they didn't. They had a tiny fuzzy in there. So she gave me a really hard time about that. And like I said, we have great days with the sensory and we have really bad days. So one of the things that I have found that Sasha's had a lot of sensory issues with is toothpaste, believe it or not. The normal toothpaste has a very strong texture and taste, and she won't even allow it to touch her tongue or her lips. She senses it and she completely freaks out. In her lifetime, we probably have tried 10 different toothpaste due to the fact that she is not a good brush to begin with. It's another one of our battles. So when we found the right toothbrush in the right way, we finally stuck with it. So it was basically like a hit and miss kind of process, and I want to say it's been about a year that we have stuck with, sorry my arm's getting tired, with about this kind of technique with toothbrushing so far. It's called coconut oil toothpaste, and I have made some in the past ourselves, and it's so simple to make. There's 3 main ingredients where you can add a 4th, and I'll show you. And it really works for us due to the fact that Sasha, just her sensory needs and toothpaste, the strong minty taste of the regular minty toothpaste where you get your Crest or you get your Gleam or I don't know what other products, but the really strong type fluoride type toothpaste, even the less minty ones. We've even tried really natural products such as Tom's of Maine stuff, and I figured, you know, it'd be safer for her because she's a really bad swallower and she doesn't really spit things out either properly, so that's another big challenge for us. So I figured we'd try really natural with less taste, and she still is having a really hard time with it. And our other issue was she'd be swallowing these toothpastes before I could catch her to spit because her reflexes in there still just tell her basically to swallow it, and she'd be getting upset stomach due to the strong chemicals and the normal toothpaste in the grocery store. So I was like, right after we brushed her teeth, it was like a given, like 20 minutes later she'd be having stomach pain, and sometimes she even had diarrhea too. So I was like, you know, trying to find an alternative solution to what could work for Sasha, and you know, what could I do to help her sensory needs. So I was looking up things, and I have a couple of really natural friends, so they recommended coconut oil toothpaste, and I was like, we already use coconut oil throughout our home, on our skin and on our lips and our hair, so I was like, let's give this a try. So I found, sorry my arm's getting really tired, I found a recipe online, and it was like, this is so easy to make. So I'll show you the one that we have made, but I've run out, so I've had a couple other options that I have bought off Etsy, a homemade place with a couple other options. So I'll show you what those ones are. So these are my couple options that I've had with Sasha over the past year since we've totally switched that have really worked for her, not only to gag, but to not have an upset stomach and to actually enjoy brushing her teeth. This is some peppermint toothpaste, but it's actually powdered flavor, so it goes on your toothbrush with a little bit of wet, and it basically just absorbs into there and you can brush it real easily. This is the coconut oil one that I have made that we're kind of getting low on, so I actually just bought this one off of Etsy, a small jar to try to make sure that it's the same texture and that Sasha will like it. We also have this spearmint one, which is a liquid dropper that you just put on your toothbrush and you brush away, and it's still really easy texture and doesn't upset your stomach if you go and try to brush your teeth. So those are the ones that have worked for Sasha so far. So Sasha's going to show us how she uses her coconut oil toothpaste, and she has the fancy attire on because they had a flamingo dancing performance at school today.
Hey, Mom.
Yes.
Can I go back to my room?
Yep, in 1 minute. Here, ready? You gonna brush your teeth?
You.
Okay,
Just like I did this morning.
remember what you do?
No.
Okay.
It's too cold.
It's not too cold. Well, we'll put that right there then, okay?
Good.
Take your toothbrush. Okay, ready? Dip on in. There you go. Good job. Remember, brush it all around. You're doing a great job. And she will actually brush her teeth on her own now when I give her special toothpaste. An accomplishment that we never got to do before.
Dad.
Okay. And like I said, there are many recipes online where you can go and find your own recipe, YouTube, other sites. It's basically 3 main ingredients, and you'll need a 4th if you want to. And I'm going to tell you the ingredients that we have used to make some coconut oil toothpaste. You first need a really good raw organic coconut oil, and I'll show you the one that we have actually in our cupboard, and it's this one right here. And yes, it does get a little bit pricey because I have found that the better quality of coconut oil that you use actually absorbs and works better in the long run. And that little container runs about $8, but we use it on our hair, our nails, and a toothpaste, and we've had that for about 3 months now, so it's definitely gotten its use. Our second ingredient is you're going to need a mason jar. It doesn't, you could have a small one, a big one, it really doesn't matter the size, but you want something that's going to be airtight due to the fact that you don't want your toothpaste getting all yucky and moldy. You're going to need some aluminum-free baking soda. We use the organic one, and I'm currently out because I have to go to the health food store to get some more. And another ingredient that you are going to use is peppermint oil, and you can pick that up at your local health food store. They sell online, they sell at many different places, and it lasts a pretty long time because you're just going to need about 2 to 3 drops per jar per recipe. And it doesn't have to be peppermint oil. You can use, you know, your orange oil, your spearmint, any flavor basically that you want to make your toothpaste, you can go and add it in. And our last ingredient is the blue agave syrup, and that is an extra ingredient because when you make this recipe, it's gonna be a little bit on the unsweetened side. So if your child likes a little bit of sweetness like me and Sasha do, but not too much, you're probably going to add that. And you can also find it in your organic section. It's almost like maple syrup, but a little bit different, and you can find it at your local Stop and Shop. That's where we get ours. So that's what we do to help Sasha with her textures and her toothbrushing, because, you know, we've been through this struggle, so we figured we'd share it with you guys to let you know that, hey, you know, if you're having trouble with your child toothbrushing and special needs, we've been going through the same battle, and these are some of the things that have been working for us. And take care, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.